I do know she's 22 years old and handled all this noise better than most of us would at 42.
Breaking the silence, WH13 defends Caitlyn Clark and sparks. A Basketball Revolution Iowa's WH13 news station has stepped up to defend Caitlyn Clark, sending shockwaves through the basketball world.
Time magazine names Iowa's Caitlyn Clark Athlete of the Year. Clark follows Lionel Messi, Aaron Judge, and Simone Biles. No unbiased person sees this as a controversial choice.
But why does Time's Athlete of the Year need defending? The answer may surprise you. I end this video will break down why Iowa's support for Clark is a game changer and how it exposes the unfair criticism she's faced. Discover how a local news outlet is challenged.
Clark is the main reason women's basketball exploded in popularity. She again won National Player of the Year at Iowa while setting the NCAA career and tournament records for points and leading the Hawkeyes back to the Final Four. A week later, the Fever drafted Clark number 1. She led the league in threes, set single and season records for assists, got the Fever back to the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, and won Rookie of the Year.
Challenging the narrative around her award and inspiring Clark's silent supporters to speak up for their sports icon. Let's dive in. Picture this, a local news report that has the entire basketball world buzzing.
The Time interview has been used to further divide us. Many of the people giving hot takes didn't actually read it, just like some responding to this commentary won't actually watch it.
W13 and Iowa station has broken its silence on the Caitlyn Clark controversy, and it's making waves. But why did this local outlet feel the need to defend their hometown hero? Here's the deal. Clark has faced serious criticism since being named Time's Athlete of the Year. Detractors have questioned whether she truly deserves the honor. But WH13 wasn't having it.
Basketball Reference says Clark has the most viewed WNBA player page and the most viewed college player page. 50 out of 50 states at Iowa and 50 for 50 Fever. She's the face of women's basketball. Clark's impact on attendance and television ratings is, relatively speaking, unlike anything we've seen. In college, virtually all games sold out. In the pros, games moved to bigger arenas. So why would anyone have a problem with Clark winning Time Athlete of the Year?
They set the record straight with a powerful article highlighting Clark's incredible achievements, including being named National Player of the Year, setting NCAA career and tournament scoring records, and leading the Hawkeyes to the Final Four. These accomplishments aren't just impressive, they're history-making. The article goes beyond statistics, tackling criticisms head-on. A key issue is the argument.
Clark is not the first to make people care about a sport they had previously ignored. Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, and Simone Biles all move the needle. They have something in common, too. Talent, dedication, and that special something, the it factor.
About privilege, which some critics have used to downplay Clark's achievements. WH13 flips the narrative, asserting that celebrating Clark doesn't detract from other players, drawing comparisons to legends like Michael Jordan and Serena Williams.
Don't give agenda drivers oxygen.
Article underscores Clark's transformative impact on women's basketball. So how does this article change the conversation? It's already acting as a voice of reason amidst a sea of criticism.
The silent majority in and out of the league appreciate Caitlyn Clark. That number should only grow for Time's deserving Athlete of the Year.
Urging readers to appreciate Clark's contributions to the sport. The article ends with a call to action, recognize Clark's achievements and the positive changes she's brought to women's basketball.
Sport, at its best, is a meritocracy. Clark's logo threes, creative passes, and unquantifiable charisma made her a generational star. On the court, her emotions can get the best of her. Off it, she's been admirably composed.
But this story isn't just about defending Clark, it's about reshaping how we discuss women's sports. WH13 suggests there's a silent majority that supports Clark, a group poised to grow as her
Well, Washington Mystics owner Sheila Johnson tells CNN it's race. Johnson suggests putting the whole league on the time cover could have prevented hard feelings.
influence expands. Is this the end of the controversy? Not even close. WH13's article is just the beginning of a larger conversation. While Iowa's local news speaks out, some surprising voices remain silent, and that silence is about to become deafening. Being named Athlete of the Year should be a cause.
Clark elevated a 28-year-old league to relevance it had never approached. You would think that would be appreciated, especially by an owner who had nearly a third of her team's home attendance come from 2 Fever games.
For celebration. For Caitlyn Clark, it's become a battlefield of criticism. The real shock, however, lies not just in what's being said, but in who's saying it. As this controversy unfolds, it reveals uncomfortable truths about how we value and discuss achievements in women's sports.
If being great at basketball and white was all the WNBA needed, Breanna Stewart and many other all-stars that came before Clark had qualifications. Do some people gravitate towards someone from their own demographic? Of course. Shohei Ohtani, Coco Gauff, and Nikola Jokic all bring new fans to their sports, just as Clark does.
Caitlyn Clark faces backlash, but sports legends are standing tall in her defense. Caitlyn Clark isn't just dealing with criticism from internet trolls or envious fans, it's coming from within the WNBA itself. Sheila Johnson, owner of the Washington Mystics, recently ignited a
Caitlyn did not say she didn't deserve to win or apologize for being white. She said she's earned every single thing, which she has, and added, quote, "As a white person, there is privilege." Now you can agree or disagree, but Caitlyn's entitled to her opinion too.
Heated discussion by suggesting that the focus on Clark's success overshadows the contributions of black players in the league. Johnson expressed, "I feel very bad because I've seen so many players of color that are equally as talented, and they never got the recognition they should have."
I don't know what Caitlyn Clark's politics are, and I don't need to know. I just love watching her play basketball.
Times recognition of Clark, suggesting the entire WNBA should have been featured. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on the cover and said the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent we have? Johnson's remarks have stirred strong emotions, raising important questions about representation in sports. 4. Clark, navigating this criticism is no easy task. On one hand, she's being celebrated for her groundbreaking achievements. On the other, she faces pushback from voices within her own league. While her success is undeniable, the debate surrounding race, privilege, and recognition in women's basketball adds complexity to her journey. Despite the criticism, Clark is far from alone. Powerful allies are rallying to her defense, and their support could reshape the conversation. In a surprising turn, legendary figures from across the sports world have stepped forward, not just with polite endorsements but with full-throated defenses of Clark's talent and character. Take track and field star Gabby Thomas, for example. The Olympic medalist fiercely defended Clark on Social media, responding to Riley Gaines' criticism with "Girl, are you for real?" You don't have to share your opinion on everything, just sit this one out. Tennis legend Chris Evert, a former world #1, added her voice to the mix, declaring, "Caitlyn Clark deserves this award because of her talent and contributions both on and off the court." Such words, coming from a trailblazer in her own right, carry immense weight. Perhaps the most impactful support came from Serena Williams, widely regarded as the greatest tennis player of all time. Williams shared advice rooted in her own experiences, saying, "If people are negative, it's because they can't do
the best basketball player, female player on the planet, and getting everybody into women's sports and women's basketball
what you do." Reflecting on her own struggles with criticism early in her career, Williams offered wisdom and solidarity, highlighting the parallels between her journey and Clark's. What's striking is the extent to which these sports icons are willing to put their reputations on the line. Their endorsements go beyond mere encouragement, explicitly affirming Clark's deserving recognition for her achievements and contributions to basketball.as. The controversy around Clark.
She is in a no-win situation. No win. What? She didn't even say anything that inflammatory. It's the first time she ever spoke, and everyone's like, who supported her before.
Clark continues, the outpouring of support from some of the biggest names in sports underscores a broader message: representation matters, and celebrating excellence shouldn't come at the expense of inclusivity or acknowledgement of others' contributions.